What's up, Dragon Nation? I'm Rich with Dragon Nation Gaming. Welcome back to Stationeers. Last episode, we took care of the storage for our gases. This episode, there's a few things that I need to take care of. Some stuff that I just came up with. What I want to do is go ahead and set up some automations for this pump right here. So we're using the radiators in the back that are connected to the pipes to cool everything down. But what I want to do is I want to allow those more time to cool down during the night. So what I need to do is I need to set up a temperature logic system, so that way whenever the temperatures in those pipes are low enough, that pump will turn on and automatically fill the tanks. It's going to take a little bit. I think I know how to set it up, but let's go ahead and get this started. Alright, so I don't think I have all the resources I'm going to need, but we'll see. Alright, so there's a couple things that I actually want to do in this episode. A few things that I do want to automate. One, here pretty soon we're going to be pressurizing this base. And the best way to do that, we need oxygen and nitrogen. The best way to get nitrogen is with water ice. But the thing is, we have this tank right here that can only hold so much water. And it's going to take a ton of nitrogen to pressurize this base once we're ready for that. So what I need to do is, I know it's wasteful, but I want to get rid of some of the water that we're not going to be using. So what I want to do is I also want to automate that volume pump right there. Well, that one I might not automate. We'll have to see. But to get rid of the water, instead of taking that tank, taking it outside and emptying it out, I did figure out in a live stream that we have these right here. Now, these are liquid drains. What they'll do is they act like a vent, which will allow the water to leak out, so that way we can get rid of all the extra water. Now, this, I don't think I really want to automate. What I think I'll do is I'll just do a logic switch to turn these on when I need them on. That one's going to be a different setup than the one we have to set up here in a second. So what we're going to need is, let me actually get my welder. I need support for the logic, and the only room I'm going to have is like right here. Probably should also move that tank so that way we have a little bit more room. So let me do that real quick. Alright, there we go. So yeah, I'm just going to set it up on that wall right there. So what we're going to need, let's see if I can figure this out. So we're going to need a logic reader. Now this reader is going to be reading a pipe analyzer, which I still have to build as well. So we're going to need a batch writer, logic reader. So I need 2 of those. And then we're going to need a compare unit, because what we're going to do is we're going to compare the temperatures. Oh, wrong one. This one. Alright, there's one. Actually, I think that was 2. Yep, that was 2. So let's go ahead. We can just grab the other one. So the next thing I need to do is I need to set up a numerical or number that we need to set for the automation, and we do that with logic memory. So we'll build one of those. And then the other thing we're going to need is we need a compare unit, so that way we can compare the 2 different numbers and the volume pump will turn on when it's ready. For that, we need a logic compare, which we get from the logic processor. And I need one of those. Now what we need to do is we need to be able to read the information from the pipe itself. So let me see, I should have room for that. I think so. Alright, so yeah, right here. So what we're going to do is those radiators are going to cool down the gases to a point where I want them to be at least 0 degrees Celsius. So what we need to do is we need to be able to read the temperature inside of that pipe. And the way we do that is with this right here. I need iron and gold. Hold on. That is a pipe analyzer. We could actually use that to go ahead and read the pressure inside of the pipe so we can go ahead and set the right temperature that we want. And then what I got to do is I got to figure out what that temperature is. So what I wanted to do is I want the volume pump to turn off whenever the temperature is above 0 degrees Celsius. And I want it to turn on to pump the gases through to the different storage when the temperature reaches below 0 degrees Celsius. One other thing I also did was I added this vent right here so that way I could get some of the CO2. When we start to pressurize our base, we're going to need that. And then also waste tank, which I just connected down here at the bottom. Do not connect the waste tank on the other side of the pump. The reason is when the gases come through this pipe, if you connect that tank filler up there, it will fill up the tank automatically because there's nothing keeping it from filling it, and that will explode. It'll be too much pressure from the furnace. So one lesson that I did learn. Alright, we should have, let me grab gold. I knew it was something. Alright, now that we have all that, no, I need iron. Where the fuck is my, do I not have any more iron? Are you kidding me? Where's all my iron? Well, it looks like I'm gonna have to smell, let's just get one stack of iron. That's probably all I'll need. Make sure this is empty. Alright, at least I have the right temperature and heat. The right heat and the right pressure. And there we go. What happened to all my iron? I could have sworn I had a ton of it. Well, I'm gonna have to go out and do some mining real quick. Alright, we got our iron. Let's go ahead and grab the pipe analyzer. And I think we're ready to go ahead and start getting this set up. Alright, I need just the one. Thank you. Alright, so the pipe analyzer we'll put right here. Make sure that we can connect the power to the other side. Just like that. Alright, grab cable. Where's my wire cutter? There it is. And then, come on. There we go. Now we can go ahead and power it on, and as you can see, it gives us the pressure and the temperature. I think this thing also tells you what gases are inside of that pipe, but I'm not 100% certain. Alright, let's go ahead and turn... Yeah, I guess we could turn that off for right now. Alright, we're not going to have a whole lot of room to mess around with, but we should be okay. Let me go ahead and move my cable. Alright, so the first thing we're going to need to do is we need to be able to read the information from that pipe analyzer. So we're going to need a logic reader. Then what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to compare that number. So we're going to grab the, what is that, the processor? Yeah, the logic processor. Change that to a logic compare. Like that. Alright, then we need to go ahead and set the number. So we're going to use the logic memory. Like that. And then what we need to do is we need a logic writer, which will write the information and tell that pump to turn on whenever we need it to turn on. So logic IO, bring that to a logic... Oop, wrong way. I thought I already had it. Yep, logic read... No, I need a logic writer. There we go. Alright, let me go ahead and get those all connected to cabling real quick, and then we'll go ahead and get them set up. Alright, just double check and make sure everything is connected. I think we're good. Man, I do the sloppiest cabling ever. But what we need now is... Where's my labeler? I need a labeler real quick. We need to name this so that way we don't get it confused with everything else. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and name this... gas. Let me go ahead and do a Control C, copy the gas, and confirm. Alright, then this is also going to be gas, so Control V. Alright, space, Control V, and Control V, confirm. There we go. All right, now that we got those named, we need to set them up. So let's go ahead and grab our screwdriver. All right, so what we need to do first is we need to set the number for the logic memory. Now, what I want is I want it to read 0 degrees Celsius, but the analyzer or the logic chips only read in Kelvin. So I had to look it up, and 0 degrees Celsius is 273 Kelvin. So we're going to go ahead and set that up real quick. So 1, 2, 70, 1, 2, 3. There we go. All right, so what we want is in the logic reader, we want to read the information. I need to read that as well. Name it, I mean. So space, control V, and also the pump. So space, control V. I need to stop hitting my space bar so hard. All right, now that we got that, we can go ahead and find the input is going to be that pipe analyzer. So if we can find it, there it is, pipe analyzer gas. And what we need to do is we need to read the temperature. All right, now that we got that set, what we're going to do is we're going to set input number 1 on the compare unit to the logic reader gas. The second input is going to be the logic memory gas, which is a 273 Kelvin. So logic memory gas, there we go. And what I want to do is I want to turn on that pump whenever the temperature is lower than 273 Kelvin. So yeah, this has to be less, right? Whenever that number is less than that number, it will turn it on. And then what we need to do is go down to the logic writer, make sure that's also on. There we go. So yeah, logic reader is less, logic memory. So whenever it's less, the temperature is less than 0 degrees Celsius, it will kick that on. All right, so the input on the logic writer needs to come from the compare unit. So logic compare gas. The output goes to the volume pump. So volume pump gas, and this will tell that pump to, whenever the temperature is lower than 0 degrees Celsius, it'll tell that pump to turn on. And now it should, oh, is it yeah, I guess the temperature is pretty low. So yeah, that's going to leave. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and empty out some of the gases from the furnace. And it will shut off because now the temperature inside of those pipes is getting too high. And we'll just allow a little bit of pressure. Did I do? No, I did the right one. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and do it to right there. All right, so that pump is going to show. Oh, it is dark, so that's awesome. Right now, the outside temperature, if we take a look, it's negative 45 degrees Celsius, which is pretty damn cold. So the gases inside of that pipe right now are 350 Kelvin, and they are going down. We need to wait until that gets down to 273. All right, 279, 277, 76, and pump turns on automatically. Awesome. So it does actually work. Now, the reason I want to set that up is I want the gases inside of the storages to be low enough to where I need to put this one back on. To where it's not going to bring any heat into the base, because that's one thing I did figure out. Is if you have a lot of hot gases inside of those tanks, the heat will dissipate from the tanks because they're not insulated, and it will heat up your base. So that should save us a little bit of power on cooling, because now we have cold gases inside of here. Are you not going to tell me the temperature? It doesn't tell me the temperature. Well, screw it. I need my PDA then. So the temperature is, yep, it's 0.8 degrees Celsius. That one's a negative. 0.3. That one's still a little too hot, but that's okay. There was a lot of gases already in that CO2 container. It should cool down if we get more. Alright, so now that we got that set up, the next thing that I want to set up is whenever the pressure starts to get too high in that container, when we have all the water that we're going to need. Let me see if I have any water in anywhere. Yep, we're filling up. So when that tank is full, I want to go ahead and get rid of the extra water whenever we're trying to use the liquid ice or the water ice to bring nitrogen into our base. So what I'll go ahead and do is I'll let this get up to about right. We'll leave it right there. So we still have some pressure inside of the pipes, and that's water that I want to get rid of. So it looks like we still have 538 kilopascals inside of that pipe. And the way we're going to do that is with these drains down here. Is that what they're called? I forget what they're called. Let me double check. Liquid drain. Yes, it is. I want to be able to turn those on, but I don't want to have to come outside to do that. So what I need is I need a switch. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and use the switch for that. But there is a few things that I do need to do. Well, no, I think I only need one. I need... Let me see. I think all I need is a batch writer. Because I just write the information from the switch to the drains. So let's grab logic. And I need this right here. A logic IO. Whoops. I need the resources first. Oh, no, you don't go in there. You go in here. Then what I'll need is I'll need a logic switch. So that way I can turn those drains on and off whenever I need to. Alright, let's bring you out. There we go. Alright, so that's going to be our batch writer because we have more than one drain that we need to turn on. So it has to be a batch writer. Alright, next thing we're going to need is, let's see, is it button or is it switch? There it is, logic switch. Then I have to figure out how I want to set this up. And there she is. And of course there's the train in the background. Awesome. Every time I try to record. Alright, so we got our switch, we got our writer. Let's see. I need... I have steel plate, don't I? Am I out of steel plate or iron plate? I guess I am. Well, shit. I need to go ahead and make some real quick. Alright, so this is going to be support. Alright, so since we're going to be messing with the volume pump, turn that on and off by hand. Probably want to keep the switch somewhere close. Let me go ahead and grab the switch real quick. Let's see. It looks like the only place I could put it. Hold on. Okay, we don't want that one. Let's see. Button? No. Dial? No. Okay, we'll go with this one right here, the switch. Let's turn it this way. I think it'll look a little bit better. Alright, now this has two data connections. I think all we have to do is just connect one. So let me put it right here. Alright, now what I need to do is I need to find a spot for the batch writer. Alright, let me put my cable over here so I don't lose it. There's not... I don't want to put it right there, it's going to get in the way. You know what? Let's go ahead and put it... Ooh, shit, there's not a lot of room up here either. That should be alright. Let's turn it this way. Let's go ahead and change that. Yeah, I need to put it right here. Change that to a batch writer. Alright, let's go ahead and connect the cable. go up. I don't have a connection at the bottom, so I don't need to worry about that. But I do have one at the top. Is this right? I don't know if this is right. Alright, so what we're trying to do is we're trying to read the information from the logics... Oh, I need my screwdriver. Read the information from the logic switch. Yep. That is going to go out to the drains. Oh, please tell me they show up. There we go. Liquid drain. And that needs to tell it to turn on. There we go. Alright, so let's see if this actually works. So right now, the drains are off. Then we're going to go up to the switch and turn them on, hopefully. Let's see. Let's see if that actually does work. And it does. Holy shit. I love it when a plan comes together, man. Alright. So yeah, now that we got that figured out, I'm going to go ahead and allow those pipes to drain. Probably should maybe figure out some automation for that. But I think just a switch is good enough. It gives me an opportunity to go learn just about everything there is in the game. Having, instead of like doing compares everywhere, just have a switch every once in a while. I think that would actually be a good idea. But, oh, you know what I need to? We need to go ahead and get the piping set up, but I'll do that all on my own. We're going to need a lot of piping, but in the meantime, what I can do is go ahead and get a few things done for next episode. So where are all my resources? There we go. Alright, so next episode what we need to figure out is we need to figure out our tanks, because we're at that point now where we can go ahead and start getting that set up. We got the furnace, we have a way of creating gases. Now we need to figure out storage for those gases so we can start filling up some of our canisters. And the way we're going to do that is with... let's see if I can find it. Is that all empty? Yeah. The way we do that is with these canisters right here, but... Ooh, what's this? Smart canister? What the hell does that do? And what resources do I need? Hold on. What does a smart canister do? Because if I can, I'm definitely going to get that. Looks like we have the resources for it. No definition. Alright, so I have no idea what the difference is. Let me go ahead and look this up. We'll see if we need to make this canister or just the regular ones. Oh, wow. That's actually kind of cool. So I figured out what the difference is. So this canister holds about 10,000 kilopascals, which is 10 megapascals of gases. The gas canister, the smart one, holds more. It holds double the amount of this canister. So that might actually be pretty damn handy to have. Also, it has a gauge on the side of it, which will tell you how much gas is actually in there. So you know what? I'm going to do that one. Fuck it, we'll switch everything out. But yeah, we'll not worry about that right now. What I need is I need canister store. Oh no, not that. CAN. There it is. Canister storage. I need 3 of those. And I think I'm going to put it right here. So yeah. That should be what we need for oxygen. Oh shit. Oxygen, fuel, propellant, and then we already have the one for waste tank. God damn, you just kick out, don't you? And then all I need to do is I need to hook up all the pipes. We should be able to do just straight up pipes. Alright, you're good enough. Alright, so let's see. I think I'll try to put it over this way as much as I can. but we still need to leave room for piping. So there is going to be a wall right here. Probably also need to go ahead and leave a little bit of space so that way we can get the cabling to all the stuff we have to put on the piping. And then right there. I think that will work. Then there's going to be a door right here so we can go from room to room, and it will also act as, say, a fire starts in this room. We could go ahead and close the door and then depressurize that room as fire deterrent. Alright, let's check, see how many pipes I got. No, that's not what I need. I need you. And what I want to do is we need to leave enough room for gauges, not gauges, but I need to set the pressure that's going to be inside of the canisters. So I need, shit, I'm not even sure. I'm going to need a volume pump, definitely, so that way I can get the pressure in there. We're going to need to set up a regulator so that way we can make sure that we don't over pressurize. And then we also need to figure out automation for that. So I'm going to go ahead and bring it back to here on all of them. And then what I'll do is from there, I'll go ahead and bring it up to the ceiling. But yeah, I still have to figure out what I want to do with all that. So these pipes are going to show. They're not going to be hidden in the wall. But yeah, the fuel is done. So all I have to do is bring the fuel straight down to this one. The oxygen, we're good. So we can just bring it straight down to the middle one. And the CO2, well, I'm gonna have stuff for air, the mixture of oxygen and nitrogen coming out to a vent, which is going to be on this wall as well. So I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to set that up. We'll get that figured out. But yeah, I'll go ahead and connect the pipes. They're ready to just connect. And then I think next episode what we need to do is we need to talk about automation of setting up these canisters. And now that I know about the smart canisters, we can go ahead and get a lot more pressure and have fuel and everything that will last twice as long. Also, another thing we need to start talking about that I saw in a live stream, or that somebody told me in the live stream, is there is another battery that I haven't really been messing with yet. And that is the, is it here? Large nuclear battery. There we go. So that's going to take some alloys I do not have, but we can get those made. We pretty much have an automated system set up. Yep, and the pump turned off because there was no more gases and it got too hot because now the sun is up. But yeah, I'll go ahead and get all this piping and everything connected, and then we need to start setting up some automation so that way we can get the right pressures inside of the canisters. But yeah, we'll start talking about that next episode. Until then, make sure to like and subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.
We try to find our ways in life to give our hearts and soul a piece of